Better tech tips now. A new email phishing scam that sends embarrassing photos, information, and even reported death threats.
Yikes. Stan Prager from GoGeeks joins us now to tell us why these emails are being sent and how we can take action.
If I've ever been called Dr. Doom before, today I can really live up to
Keep
that.
raising that bar.
I was thinking the same thing.
And so do the scammers. Now they're saying they're going to kill us or loved ones.
This is something completely we've never seen before, completely different. It really is malevolent. It's really frightening because what they're doing is they're sending out email phishing scams, but instead of saying we're from your bank or you've lost a package, these say we're going to kill you if you don't pay a ransom. So it's like protection money.
They pretty much just cut to the chase.
They cut to the chase.
Send us your money or we're going to kill you.
But it seems extremely realistic, which is what makes it so malevolent. You've got what they do is they're harvesting social networking to get personal details about you and your life.
So they're going on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They're finding LinkedIn
as well.
Okay, that makes sense because they know where you work.
Yes, exactly.
Who works with you.
So what they can do is they can dress the email with enough personal details so you think these people really know you. So for instance, if you're married to somebody named Brian, right? And then, it says, we know where Brian works, or you have a child named Linda, we know where Linda goes to school. I mean, it's really, really frightening. So, so far, no one's actually been injured as a result of this or killed.
Right.
But I mean, you never know. I mean, how do you know if you receive something like this with those kind of personal details in it, whether you really have some kind of personal stalker that's, a real danger, or whether it's this kind of email scam? Another part of this is, in some cases, it's not a death threat, it's a blackmail kind of thing. We have your photos. Those photos you want no one to see. So it's a scattershot thing. I mean, there's people like me who just simply don't have any of those photos. So you'd be like, okay, go ahead, release them, There's that one of me at the bar with the darts, but I mean, what is it? But there are people, of course, that do have such photos. So this is going to be, oh my God, they're going to pay. They're going to click on it, So they're doing that. It's a shotgun approach. They're sending them to everyone. But because of the social networking, they're able to actually create some kind of mock profile of you that's close enough with names and personal details that you're going to buy into it.
Okay. It reminds me a lot of the phone scams that people do. I have your son, he's arrested, he needs bail money.
Exactly.
When they call people and they convince them that way to get money.
It's a very good point. I hadn't thought of that, and you're absolutely correct. It's just it's a technology version of that rather than the phone. So the FBI, this is kind of important. The FBI says if you get these kinds of scam emails, to report it. There's a website, www.ic3.gov.
And C as in the letter, not S-E.
That's right, exactly. That's right. And also, if you think that it's someone who really does know you, or if you're concerned, they also recommend contacting local law enforcement. I mean, the problem with reporting these kinds of things to the FBI, I certainly encourage people to do it. The problem is that so many reports with internet crime go to the FBI on a daily basis that whether there's going to be any kind of prompt follow-up. If it is one of these spam, email phishing death threats, you're not really in any danger. But I mean, it would still certainly send a chill through me.
Sure. Like you said, you really ultimately don't know. More than likely. What about the payment? Because I think that might be a big tip-off, too. If they're not asking you to put a satchel full of money under a tree in the park, but rather send Western Union or Bitcoin or something.
It's Bitcoin. Just like everything else, which is one of the reasons that this scam has become somewhat successful so far, and there are people who are paying, because there's a link. You click on the link, you pay with Bitcoin.
They make it easy.
Exactly.
Isn't that convenient?
So, and the thing is we think about how many fraud shows we've done. Think about how many of my clients at GoGeeks have had their computers taken over by hijackers because they've believed the fact that they have a message on there saying they're infected, okay? So if you can fall for that, and hundreds of people fall for that all the time, right? I mean, imagine if somebody says we're going to kill your wife. So people can be very susceptible to it, and I know as much as, I always tag myself as being immune to scams. When you first look at something, you get an email like this, I know it would make my eyes open wide. It is shocking. So, I mean, it's really, it's the personal details that really make it scary. And what worries me is that this is just the tip of the iceberg with this, more or less, that who knows what will come next. Once people realize, well, geez, I could make some money out of this.
So don't fall for it, report it. Go to your local police department.
Exactly. And, if you have any questions, I would encourage anyone to call whoever their computer professional they deal with and just say, look, I'm going to forward you a copy of this email. What do you think?
Sure.
Because one of the things I can do is kind of look at, if the email looks like it comes from someone you know, because that's another way they'll mask them. Like if you get an email from, it looks like it's from your friend, I'm being held hostage or whatever, but you right click on the email address and you can see it's not really their email, it's just their name. So, you know, the thing is people are in shock and they're more likely to be susceptible to this because they're just completely overtaken by fear.
All right, Stan, great to know, great information as
Thank
always.
you.
Now, when we